Fear is something that needs to be confronted. You can't postpone it. You can't put it on the back burner. It needs to be confronted. What happens is if you postpone a fear or something that you need to confront, it tends to become a lot bigger in your mind than what it actually is in reality. And of course, there are cases as well where it actually becomes a bigger issue in real life as well. So the sooner you confront something that you need to confront, the better. What happens is that I've noticed this in my life personally, that when you put something off, when you need to do something, when you need to confront something, and you just don't do it and you keep putting it off, it just tends to stay there, right? It tends to pop up in your life later on. You think, I solved this issue by just not confronting it, or by postponing it. But life has a way of putting it back in your circle, so to speak, because you need to confront it, because you didn't learn the lesson that needs to be learned. Fear is obviously a healthy emotion. If we didn't have it, there'd be a lot of problems. But if your life is ruled by fear, then obviously that's an issue that you need to confront. Fears are there to be confronted within reason, of course. I'm not talking about, if you're scared of going swimming with sharks, don't dive in the water and swim with sharks, right? Within rational sense, right? So, like I said, don't postpone the fear, confront it. And it just comes down to one thing. Whenever you feel fear, you need to realize that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And that there's usually a very strong lesson that you need to learn at the end of that fear. So keep that in mind when, you're hesitating to take action, or when you're scared to do something, right? Realize that it's not the end of the world, that it's always a learning lesson, and that obviously that there's a lesson to be learned here. So the more you do this, the more you get in the habit of taking action and not letting fear paralyze you, the easier, your ability to take action will become. So you're always going to feel fear, but the intensity of it, at least in my personal experience, has significantly gone down, right? So it's like a muscle, right? The more you train it, the more you train yourself to take action and be courageous and, do that thing that you don't want to do, or confront that issue that you don't want to confront. The more you do it, that's the stronger that muscle will become. So that's basically all it comes down to, really, just taking action. Like the slogan says, right? Just do it. And it really is that simple. Just do it. But obviously, having felt tremendous fear before in my life, right? It's a tricky emotion to maneuver. But like I said, it's definitely possible to have its intensity go down, and the way you do that is by confronting it. The more you confront it, the easier things will become, right? The easier you'll feel when you start feeling fear, and that intensity is going to go down. Something that prevents us from taking action when we feel fear, a lot of the times, it's to protect ourselves, right? To protect our ego, to protect our image, right? We don't want to look stupid, or, we don't want to be embarrassed, but realize that looking stupid and being embarrassed is part of life, and that it's not the end of the world if you experience those emotions. Don't take yourself so seriously, and, just learn to fail and get back up, and not be consumed by your ego, or by being afraid of what others might say or think, right? Having the fear of looking dumb or feeling embarrassed, it's not the end of the world if that happens. At the end of the day, life goes on, and like I said earlier in the video, there's always lessons to be learned. So hopefully something in this video was of use to someone out there. If you're struggling with confronting fear, hang in there. It's a process, and like I said, learn to take action. Learn to take action and confront it. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you for listening. If you're new to the channel, I make videos on self-improvement. I talk about topics that are not very mainstream. I just talk about topics that pique my interest in general. So if you consider yourself an open-minded person and can handle information without getting triggered, this channel is perfect for you. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next one.